Hey guys, Tony here. Welcome back. In this video, I want to talk with you about the article that came out this morning titled AMC and 12 Other Stocks That Wall Street Absolutely Doesn't Recommend. This morning, this article was behind a paywall. I don't know if it still is, but I have a membership to Barrons, so I was able to read the whole thing. And I had a couple thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys and also get your input. One thing of interest to me that I noticed right away when I logged into Barrons this morning is that the article is titled differently on Barrons. They call it 13 Unloved Stocks. No AMC in the title. Why then did AMC get put in the title when it got pushed out to all the press distribution? But when we click through to the article, there you have it, AMC and 12 other stocks. So was this an attempt to try and target AMC, or was it just clickbaiting for engagement by Barrons or the article author? Back in 2021, one of the reasons that AMC got on my radar, besides the high short interest, was the unrelenting news coverage of AMC slanted in a negative light. It almost seemed purposeful, right? And I don't know if that is the case here or not. I'm curious your thoughts. Barrons is owned by the Dow Jones Group, which is owned by News Corp. The News Corp media conglomerate, which is vast and wide, is chaired by Rupert Murdoch. I'm sure most of you have heard of him. And at one time back in 2021, there was a lot of talk about News Corp having ties to Ken Griffin and Citadel. I don't know how much truth there was to that. What I do know is that Ken Griffin's ex-wife is on the board at Fox, which is part of this media family. And back in 2021, Citadel did own just over 1 million shares in News Corp. I just did a quick check and Citadel does not have a current position in News Corp. So that is not the focus of this video, but I am curious your thoughts. What I want to talk about in this video, though, is kind of the meat of this article and how we as investors can choose to have a bias in how we interpret media, or try and understand what the articles are talking about and see if there is any sense in what the author is trying to convey. Alan Root was the article writer, and he puts out a lot of content on Barrons covering a wide variety of companies, a lot of EV and auto manufacturing related content, as you can see here. And he also writes articles from time to time looking at baskets of stocks grouped in ways, I guess, that he picks. And often the focus of those is looking at how analysts are looking at a particular basket of stocks. In this particular article published today, October 11th, Mr. Root picked a basket of stocks from the Russell 1000, which had no buy ratings from analysts. And when he looked at the 1,000 companies in the Russell 1000 and did that sort for companies that had 0 buy ratings, the search yielded a total of 13 different companies. And that does hold true for AMC, no matter which site you look at. If you look at the summary of analyst ratings, most of them have it rated, as we see here on Barrons, as hold or sell. And I double checked that on a couple of other sites, including stockanalysis.com and Yahoo Finance, and it's pretty much all these same analysts, and they all have it as hold, underperform, or sell, depending on the particular analyst. I get it, right? They're focused on concerns about future potential dilution. They're focused on the balance sheet and that almost $5 billion of debt that is looming. They're focused on concerns about the ability of the company to generate profits going forward. And we will have to see how that works out for AMC in 2024. But I also know if you were buying like me in the past couple of weeks at $7, you're sitting up right now 45% with today's close at $10.42. And yes, I did take a little bit of profit off of the table today. I still have shares. I still have some call options. I still see on the chart a lot of bullish momentum, but I also worry about what is going on with interest rates, the Israel-Palestine situation. You just never know what is going to happen in the market as a whole. So I think you guys need to be smart on how you play all of your positions. Take profits where you can. Take swings where you feel comfortable. I don't know your risk tolerance. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any stock. always make your own decisions after you do your own due diligence. As Mr. Root points out in his article, when companies end up on a list like this, not favored by anybody on Wall Street, sometimes contrarians like to come in and analyze them and see if there are any opportunities. And that is exactly what I did when I was buying AMC in the $7 to $8 range. I felt like it was tremendously undervalued, and it had been hammered down due to concerns in the market about the dilution. And for me, in that range, it was an easy decision to buy when I weighed the risk versus the potential reward. We have a list of 13 stocks here, some of them money managers, banks, and insurance providers hurt by rising interest rates. Some, like AMC, hurt by lack of profits. For retail investors, again, I want to encourage you to read and understand the 10 Qs. Read and understand things like the balance sheet and the income statement, and then you will better understand the challenges that the executive team at a company like AMC is facing as they decide what to do, leading the company and potentially doing some other dilution if needed. We don't know yet if there will be future dilution for AMC or when. I think it's fair to guess, even with Q3 being pretty good and Q4 looking good with Taylor Swift and Beyonce, when we look at things like the balance sheet and the large amount of debt that AMC has, it would be fair and reasonable to guess that some additional cash raise is going to be needed in the next 12 months, some additional dilution. So it is incumbent on you to understand the financials of the company and play this one smart, play the chart. I don't just look at analyst ratings saying hold or sell and cast them out as irrelevant or trying to sway us. I think that these people are actually doing their job and looking at the risk of the company, and I don't think that you should ignore that. But it doesn't mean that there's not opportunities here with the AMC stock or any stock if you're familiar with the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the momentum on the chart, and you play it wisely. Yes, that might mean that you need to disengage from the social media pumping. That might mean you need to disengage from people who are telling you to buy and hold. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, it is up to you to decide what to do with your investments. Take in a variety of opinions. Please look at the financial statements, evolve your thinking, and then make your own best decisions. Like I said, for me, as far as what I'm doing right now, I did take some profits off the table at about a 45% gain today. I still own plenty of shares and call options, and I will be taking profits as it moves up in different price targets that I have set for myself. In the meantime, I'm going to be thinking positive and hoping for the best possible results for Q3 and hoping for some really good press this weekend and in coming weeks with Taylor Swift moving through to Beyonce in December for Q4. Thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you found this helpful. Please feel free to share your comments, good or bad, as long as they are respectful. I will be happy to entertain your questions. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.